We finally know who's officially going to be in the Joe Gibbs 19 seat next year. Thanks, Christopher Bell. Plus, Tony Stewart has a major life announcement. Welcome into the Breaking Balls channel. Bob here. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, like this video. We are always covering NASCAR on a weekly basis here. Adam was doing it solo on Sunday night post New Hampshire. Go ahead and check out that solo cast. Thanks for him for holding it down while I was out and about in the Rockies. But yes, folks, we've got some major NASCAR breaking news on this Tuesday. The worst kept secret of the garage this weekend finally is official. Chase Briscoe has been announced as the driver of the 19 car for Joe Gibbs and Toyota. A badly kept secret, probably, to say the least, as Christopher Bell leaked it already this weekend. But Chase Briscoe, one of the big free agents as Stewart Haas Racing is closing its doors after this season. Chase Briscoe is leaving the Ford development pipeline for the first time in his career, as going to be joining the Toyota Racing team, as he and Joe Gibbs Racing are aligning in 2025 and beyond. The big news out of this is he replaces 2017 Cup champion Martin Truex Jr., who has 34 wins compared to Briscoe's only one win at Phoenix in his career. The big news of all of this, though, really that was shocking to me, was that Martin Truex Jr.'s big-time sponsor, Bass Pro Shop, who was rumored to potentially be leaving at the end of the year, is staying on with Chase Briscoe as the primary sponsor for this 19 team. Some continuity for Joe Gibbs Racing as they bring in this young driver, Chase Briscoe, who has shown flashes of talent in his career, obviously brings a lot of sponsorship to the table. Mahindra was rumored to be with him as a package deal. He brings High Point to the table along with a lot of other secondary sponsors. But right now it sounds like Martin Truex Jr.'s old sponsor, Bass Pro, is not going anywhere. That will be the big sponsor on the 19 car for Chase Briscoe long-term here. And also James Small will be the crew chief for this 19 team as Chase Briscoe enters this new era with Joe Gibbs Racing. One notable thing is Chase Briscoe's dirt racing background. I mean, they literally caught him at the dirt racing track Friday night when the news broke, interviewing him there. Obviously, Joe Gibbs does not like his drivers racing on dirt. He's noted how dangerous it is. Christopher Bell's big background in dirt racing, Joe Gibbs has kind of squashed that the last few years. So, with Chase Briscoe loving dirt racing and having a lot of sponsorship with it in the past, will he be able to do that, or will Joe Gibbs again squash that like he does with Christopher Bell? That's another thing to note moving forward. Like I said, no word on Mahindra or High Point yet, but a major domino as Bass Pro stays along with Chase Briscoe. You got to think for Joe Gibbs Racing, this is huge for them. You lose Kyle Busch a few years ago and Mars. That's a major sponsor and driver combo. To lose Martin Truex Jr. and Bass Pro, you don't want to start digging yourself deeper, because you look at Chase Briscoe and where he's coming from at Stewart Haas. What has happened the last few years? Kevin Harvick and Busch Beer, Eric Almirola, Smithfield. At some point, sponsorships do matter in the operation here. So for JGR to be able to get a young driver at probably a very good cost, plus keep one of their flagship sponsors on. You had Johnny Morrison at the press conference call in at Chase Briscoe's announcement. So it just shows that there is some synergy there with Joe Gibbs to keep everyone there. Maybe Noah Gragson didn't get the full-time sponsorship for Bass Pro next year, wherever he's going, I'm not sure, but definitely something to keep an eye on there, as Chase Briscoe is the new prospect in the Joe Gibbs pipeline there. So it'll be Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, and Christopher Bell as the group of four for the JGR stable next year in 2025. Going to be interesting to see how Chase Briscoe handles this. Like I said, only one Cup win, but has shown a lot of speed in his career. You go back to a really good 2022 year where he was really kind of breaking out in that new next-gen car, and then Stewart Haas just slowly just took a step back each year. 2023 had that major points penalty that really just derailed his entire season. For Chase Briscoe, he had a second-place finish at New Hampshire this week and is really kind of showing that maybe he can point his way in even. He's 25 points out of the cut line for the playoffs, depending on how the winners shake out in the rest of the year, but definitely a big step in the right direction for Chase Briscoe. Where his career is going to look like after this is his best seat he's ever going to have, or the best seat he's been in for sure. What he's going to do with that, we'll see, but sponsorship, the team, everything is aligning for Chase Briscoe. Now it's, can he get the results now? Coming from a place like Stewart Haas, like I said, where it's been tumultuous to say the least, you got to think that the grass is going to be greener here for Chase Briscoe. But we did also mention how Tony Stewart had some major life announcement at the beginning of this video. Let's go ahead and just kind of segue into that, because congratulations is in order to Tony Stewart and wife Leah Pruitt, who announced that they are pregnant with their first child due in November 2024. Tony Stewart's first child, he the 53-year-old Cup Series champion, obviously notable the last few months in NASCAR for selling his charters as he and Gene Haas's alliance in NASCAR is breaking apart. Tony Stewart obviously been in the drag racing side of things in motorsports lately, but Tony Stewart now a father. And in the comment section, I did notice old Tony had to get one in as somebody was asking him, why do the employees of SHR wrong? Tony said, if you have the money to fund it, I'll keep it open. So it sounds like right now NASCAR just wasn't monetarily right for Tony Stewart. And, obviously with the drag racing part, the new family, everything going on, Tony Stewart's endeavors in NASCAR clearly have never been at a lower point. And whether that is something that will change over time or if Tony Stewart just completely ostracizes himself from NASCAR, we'll see. But just thought that was something notable in the news cycle there. Again, Chase Briscoe to JGR, Tony Stewart having a child. A lot going on here at Breaking Balls. Adam and I will be here for all the coverage. Go ahead and follow along for more. Thanks for watching. Take care.